approachable person. If you haven't yet, he is the most approachable person, along with all of our other speakers, including the next one. And I got to tell you a story about this guy. So I met this guy
a couple years
2.5 years ago.
Yeah.
We were at a conference in Omaha. If you haven't seen the video, Rachel and I froze a bottle of kombucha in the back of a rental car.
Yeah.
That was an experience because we've never been to Omaha and didn't know that kombucha freezes when it's 0 degrees outside. So I met this guy at Dr. Fit and Fabulous's house. I thought he was 25 years old because he looks 25 years old.
Yeah.
And we were talking and I'm like, oh yeah, fitness, like you're 25 years old. I'm 49 years old. And came to find out he's only a year younger than me. And I looked at Rachel, I'm like, what am I doing wrong?
And I said, yes, what are you doing wrong? We need to fix it immediately.
So anyway, over the last 1.5, 2 years, we've developed a good friendship with this guy. What I like about him is that he makes fitness fun.
Yes.
Of course, he stole our t-shirt title
Yeah.
for the title of his talk, but I'm going to forgive him for that because I really, really like him. And because he's got so much knowledge when it comes to fitness, because this is another person who genuinely cares.
Yes, he does. So I get to read his credentialing too. I'm so excited. So Bronson Dant, the keto and fitness coach for regular people, so true. At 49 years old, I had several years of experience in health and fitness as a physical fitness and U.S. Army combative instructor, and as the owner of a health and fitness center. Coach Bronson had spent many years helping people improve their health and physical performance. Though his own experience and struggle with managing his weight and trying to find the best way to stay strong and active as he got older, he learned some valuable lessons that he's built into the Apex training system. He designed the fitness program to increase your body's capacity to do work. The goal is to make you stronger and ready to take on whatever the world throws at you. He's going to help you understand what it takes to unlock your potential, make real progress, and become a version of yourself that you can be proud of. Because fitness is freedom, and your freedom is your choice. Here to talk today about how a small shirt doesn't equal a big life, it's our pleasure to introduce Coach Bronson Dant.
Okay, do we get royalties on the title?
Sure.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Can anybody believe that this guy was overweight? Right?
You're going to see a picture in a minute.
Like, how are we the same age?
I don't know.
Like, I don't understand that.
It is a mystery.
We're on the same time.
But my friend, Bronson.
Can you guys hear me okay? Is this thing working? Is this thing on? Hi. All right, 2 things. Number 1, you guys didn't know this, but we're going to do a workout. Okay, this is an actual live workout session. No, it's not really. Did everybody have a good lunch? Kind of, sort of. It's hard to see everybody's faces and reactions and things. I like to feed off of what you guys are giving me, so. Yeah, there we go. If something I say hits, let me hear a clap. Let me hear that sounds good. Amen, whatever it is. Okay. Yo, mama. There we go. That'll work. All right. So let's see how this thing works here. If I click, am I supposed to see my slide deck down here? I don't know how to start without the slides. Hey, there we go. Ultimate ketogenic fitness is what I'm talking about. So my intro said Apex training system. I actually recently changed that to ultimate ketogenic fitness because this is a ketogenic space. I firmly believe that the ketogenic diet is probably the best combination of things when it comes to nutrition. What's missing in a lot of the discussions about ketogenic diets or nutrition in general is what we need to do with our bodies. Okay? Food is one thing, how we use our bodies is another thing. Okay? The phrase, a small shirt doesn't equal a big life, is totally Rachel's. Okay? If anybody has seen the video that I did with them in Vegas, October? Was that October? I did an interview with them, and that was a phrase that she said, and I absolutely stole it. So, credit goes to her for that. We're going to talk about 3 things. We're going to go over 3 different things I want you to get out of this talk. 1, your physical ability is greater than your physical size. What you can do and how you live your life is more important than how much you weigh, how much body fat you have. Okay? That is the number one thing. Number two, I want you to understand and have a better understanding or knowledge of what fitness is and how it applies to your life every day, and not what we think about fitness when we actually are looking at social media, looking at the internet, watching, doing things at the gym, whatever it is. And then thirdly, I want you to be able to walk out of here with an idea on how to get started. Okay? Because everybody needs to know what's going to work for them and understand that it doesn't take a lot. Okay? Just a little bit every day. All right? Any questions about that? Everybody good? All right, good. Hey, look at that. There's me, about 38 years old, about almost 250 pounds, not happy, depressed, IBS, urgent bowels. I lived my life day to day based on how quickly I could find a bathroom if I needed to. I couldn't take trips. I couldn't get in a car. I couldn't get in an airplane without going to the bathroom 2 or 3 times before I got in the car to go to the airport. Get to the airport, I got to go to the bathroom before I get in line for security. Get through security, I got to go to the bathroom before I get in line for the plane. Get on the plane, let me go before the plane takes off. That was my life. Okay, I had no control over the things that I wanted to do because I was limited. I was controlled by what my body was wanting me to do versus the other way around. I had no control over what was happening. I wasn't into health and fitness in the way that I even understood what insulin resistance was, or high cholesterol, or cardiovascular disease. I had no knowledge of any of that stuff. All I knew was I didn't feel good. I couldn't do things. My life was limited. And it really wasn't until I started making improvements that I realized how limited it was. Right? If I got in a car, I couldn't go anywhere. I always had toilet paper in my car, or paper towels, napkins, something like that, because I never know when I'd have to stop somewhere, even if it was on the side of the road. Okay? So understanding that the quality of life that you're living has nothing to do with how much you weigh. It has everything to do with how well your body functions. My body was not functioning well at all. At all. Anybody else been there? Okay? Whether it's chronic pain, whether it's skin issues, whether it's gut issues, whether it's mental issues, there's things that are impacting your life that have nothing to do with your weight. Nothing. Okay? What is a big life? The title of this talk is "A Small Shirt Doesn't Equal a Big Life." What is a big life to you? When you look at this picture, I was looking for pictures online, and this picture just said everything to me about what a big life is. Okay? When you look at this picture, what are some of the words that pop into your head? Woohoo! I love it. Yeah, there we go. Carefree, right? Freedom, excitement, energy, activity, wonder, amazement, ability, right? That's what a big life means, okay? And the question that you have to ask yourself is, what are the things in my life right now that are keeping me from that? It is hard to live a big life without physical freedom. Okay? Your physical freedom, the ability of your body to function, and the quality of your life has nothing to do with how much you weigh. It has everything to do with how much you can do. The ability of your body to do work, to perform functions, and partake in activities. Okay? Life is an action verb, guys. It's not something you watch happen. It's something you participate in. Was this the video? Chris? This is something I found on the internet. If this is the video, if we can get it to play, this is something I found on the internet. Say again? Try advancing. Hey, there we go. Now what do I do? So this is a video I found that really just demonstrates the concept of your physical size does not impact your physical ability. Your physical ability is more important than the size of your body. If we can get it going. If not, then I'm just going to get up here and jump around. It's not playing though. Oh, there we go. It popped up there. Hey, look at that. Good old YouTube. That is not me. Size doesn't mean anything, guys.
I eat my dinner in my bathtub, then I go to sex clubs, watching freaky people getting it on. It doesn't make me nervous, if anything I'm restless. Yeah, I've been around and I've seen it all.
I want to jump on things every time I see this.
Munchies, binge on all my Twinkies, throw up in the tub, then I go to sleep. And I drink up all my money, tasting kinda lonely.
All right, cool. That's pretty cool, huh? Now, who can imagine themselves flipping around and running around doing stuff like that? No, not even me, right? I just want you to understand and start thinking about what's possible, okay? Because this is really about you understanding what you're capable of doing and realizing that, again, your size doesn't matter. What you can do matters, okay? Life without physical limitations. Start thinking about what are the physical issues you're dealing with every day. Does anybody wake up in the morning and take 10 minutes to get out of bed? You got to warm up to start your day, right? Okay. Chronic aches and pains. How often do you have to say no when somebody asks you to go do something? Hey, let's go for a walk. Hey, let's go for a hike. Hey, we're going to go to the mountains for the weekend. Or hey, we're going to go to the beach and do something. And you're like, you know what? I just don't feel like I can last that long, or I can walk that far, or I can do that activity without feeling really bad after it's done for a day or 2 or 3. Okay? Do you need help? Do you have to ask for people to help you grab something or carry something or put something away? All right? Do you often find yourself, because this is common, find yourself using your age as an excuse for something you're not able to do or you used to be able to do? I'm too old. I'm over 40. I'm over 50. I'll be 50 next month. Okay? Age is not an excuse. Okay? And it doesn't matter. I want to make this very clear. It doesn't matter how old you are right now. You can get started on making your life better, on improving your quality of life today. Okay? How often do you get hurt? Injury is a big one. If you're not physically fit, if you don't have the physical ability to manage the external stresses that your life puts on you, you get hurt more often. Okay, and we're going to talk about why fitness is important for external stress. We've talked about stress a little bit earlier today and why that's important, because there's internal stress and there's external stress. Okay, and there's different ways to approach and manage both. All right, ask yourself this question. Is fat loss the goal or the solution? Why are you following a ketogenic or a low carb or any kind of diet at all? Did you wake up in the morning one day and just say, hey, I'd like to lose 20 pounds of fat? Or was there something that happened in your life over days, weeks, months, years that built up to a level of frustration that you're putting on the fat so that you can improve your quality of life? Which one is it? Is it the fat that's causing the problem, or is there something different in your life that you're trying to reach that you think the fat loss is going to help you accomplish? Okay? Because I guarantee you that there will be some improvement in your quality of life if you lose the fat. There will be more if you focus on why you had the extra fat in the first place. Okay? And that's what we're going to talk about. What do you think fat loss is going to do for you? Okay? When you start understanding and identifying what that is, then the fat loss becomes secondary and the goal of why you're here really becomes apparent. And that's what you need to connect to. It's not the fat loss. It's not the weight loss. Okay? It's why do you want the fat loss? Why do you want the weight loss? That is what will keep you going and help you be sustainable and consistent and not quit when things get hard. Okay? Start asking those questions. All right, this is a fun one. This is pro tip, okay? Body fat percentage is a ratio of lean mass to body fat mass, okay? When we talk about losing body fat as the most common discussion, okay, what we're really talking about is changing a ratio of how much fat on our body to how much lean mass on our body we have, okay? And often we focus on fat loss. What can I do to lose fat, okay? What about what can I do to gain muscle? What can I do to gain lean mass? okay? And here's why that's important. Because it's a ratio. If we focus on gaining lean mass over losing body fat, just a numbers game, if we talk about just the numbers of that equation, I can improve my body fat percentage and not lose a single pound of fat. Now, what does that do for you? Right? If I gain muscle, I can improve my body fat percentage. I can improve that health marker, even though I haven't lost any fat. Am I going to improve my metabolic function if I gain lean mass? What do you think? Absolutely, right? Will I improve my body's ability to handle injury and my body's ability to move things, to be strong and resilient if I improve my lean mass, whether or not I lose body fat? Absolutely, okay? Lean mass supports quality of life. If we focus on that, you're going to see a lot of big changes, okay? Here's an example, okay? Now this is just numbers that I put it on there because I want to show you. I want you to realize and really understand the ratio and how the ratio works. For a person that weighs 160 pounds, if they have 50 pounds of fat mass on their body and 110 pounds of lean mass, that's everything that's not fat, fat-free mass, okay? They're at a 31% body fat percentage, 31.3%, okay? That's above where healthy is, okay? For women, it's between 22 and 25% is what most people recommend for body fat percentage. For men, it's between, depending on who you talk to, 17 to 20%. Okay? Maybe a little higher, 21, 22 at the max. All right? So 31% would be higher than recommended for body fat percentage. Okay? Lean mass, in this person's instance, is 110 pounds. Now, we can improve that body fat percentage from 31.3 to 27.8, even though the pounds of fat stay exactly the same. Now, here's two things I want you to think about. They gained 20 pounds of muscle, 130 pounds of lean mass now, okay? Their total body weight went up. 160, 180. Which person do you think is healthier? How many people are freaking out right now? Right? Okay, if the marker is percentage of lean mass in a body's ability to function, then the overall weight isn't as important, is it? Okay, we got heads being blown off right now. Everybody good? Okay. All right. I want you to think differently. When we talk about fat loss, I took this graphic from an article I wrote called Fat Loss is Dead. Okay? When we focus on fat loss first, okay, that should be the last thing we talk about. But when we focus about fat loss first, we can reduce body fat. Okay? We can improve some metabolic markers and performance, okay? Because it's very much like a car. If I have a car and I've been putting the wrong fuel in that car for years, and I take it and it's just not doing what I want it to do. Right? I take it to the garage. I go, hey, could you look at this and figure out what's going on? The guy looks at it. He's like, hey, you've been putting the wrong fuel in here. Let's put the right fuel into the car. Is that car going to perform better? Absolutely. Did he do anything to fix my car? Not at all. Not at all. All he did was change what was going into it. Okay, the car itself hasn't been touched. Okay, but there's going to be some performance because of that. And that's the same thing we see with nutrition. If you fix your nutrition, your body, you're going to perform better because you're not doing something that is detracting from what your body wants to do already. Okay, and that's the benefit, that's the net positive that we get from the ketogenic diet is we stop eating a whole foods ketogenic diet because we stop eating the stuff that's preventing our body from doing what it wants to do. Okay? So we get some metabolic performance, but that's where it kind of stops. Has anybody gone keto and then stalled after 6 months or a year? And then it's like, I don't know what's going on. So then you try something else in an effort to lose body fat. I started keto to lose body fat. Okay, that stopped working after 6 months. Now I'm going to try intermittent fasting to lose more body fat. Okay, that stopped working after 3 months. Now I'm going to try this. That stopped working after, you see where I'm going here? Okay, because you're focusing on a symptom, not the root cause. Okay? If you want to improve your quality of life, Going back to your why. Why are you doing this in the first place? Because there's something that's detracting from your quality of life. If you want to improve your quality of life, then let's focus on building your body's ability to function by focusing on building lean mass. Build and improve your physical ability, okay? Reduce your chance for injury, okay? Manage energy better. What's the biggest thing that we have in our body that can help with glucose and glycogen uptake? Muscles, muscles, right? Muscles will help you burn more sugar, okay? Reduce inflammation, okay? Muscles help with that, all right? Complete health and a better quality of life starts with lean mass and working on your body's ability to function. You know what another word for that is? It starts with an F. Fitness. Don't you love it? Don't you love it? I love it. All right, optimal health is 50% nutrition, 50% fitness. There's a difference between optimal health and weight loss. Weight loss is 80% nutrition. Quality of life is both fitness and nutrition equally. You need them both in order for things to be as good as you can make them. Everybody good with that? I know some of you didn't want to hear that. That's okay. Joe said I make fitness fun. I don't know how Joe says I make fitness fun, but we'll see how that goes. All right, so when we talk about nutrition, that's the fuel. We talked about that a second ago. Fitness is the engine. Fitness is the car, okay? Nutrition is providing your body with the tools that it needs to function. Fitness keeps the car running. It optimizes the efficiency. It keeps it from breaking down, and it lets you drive that car for as long as possible, where you want it to go, when you want it to go, and under any circumstances. If it's raining, if it's snowing, if it's mountains, if it's sand, you can handle it because your car is prepared for that journey. Does that make sense? Okay. So when we talk about having a fitness routine and having a nutrition routine, this is where the breakdown between the different stresses comes into play, okay? When you are metabolically unhealthy, when you're not eating things, when you're not fueling your body properly, okay, you are unhealthy, okay? You can fix all of your nutrition, and that's going to bring you to what we call the normal human function. That's how your body wants to function. You can then technically say that you are healthy. You are absent of things that are detracting from your metabolic function, right? You have removed, and here's the key, you have removed internal stress from your body. Does that make sense? Internal stress. Okay, now, how well are you prepared for external stress? How well are you prepared for the physical stress of maybe your day job, or the physical stress of watching your kids or your grandkids, or the physical stress, the physiological responses to emotional stress that happen in your life, right? Because it's not always just physical things that your body's doing, but emotional things can affect how your body responds as well. And if you're physically not able to manage that, you'll have the same response as if you're physically not able to handle activity. Chronic stress comes in a lot of forms, right, Dr. Linsky? Right? We talked about that a little bit today. Stress presents itself in a ton of different ways. And if we're only focused on the nutrition, we're going to miss a whole nother aspect. Okay? External stress matters. So that's where nutrition and fitness come together. You need them both. There's some overlap. Okay? You see on this graphic, some of the fitness stuff, if I'm doing some fitness things, it can help with some of the internal. Some of the nutrition stuff, if I'm doing things right nutritionally, it will help with some of the physiological and external. Okay? But in order to have a complete picture of improving your body's ability to function and your quality of life, you need them both. All right? And to put that another way, nutrition has its limits. It will get you so far, and then you will hit a wall. Okay? If you want, and this is the thing I love about fitness, guys, if you want to never have a plateau again, implement more fitness in your life. We're going to talk about some of the aspects and components of fitness that are going to hopefully make you realize that the number of things that you can improve in your life through fitness with nutrition combined you will never have something that you don't need to or don't want to work on. You will never plateau again, okay? Nutrition helps you adapt to different fuels, provides the materials that your body needs, and manages internal stress. Fitness helps you be more efficient with the fuels that you're getting, builds improved performance, and helps you manage external stress, okay? Only fitness improves your body's ability to do more work, decreases injury risk, and builds confidence in your physical ability. On a scale of 1 to 10, you don't have to answer this out loud. Say it to yourself. On a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you in your physical ability right now? Okay? That's a question only you can answer. I don't need to know it. Okay? If it's not a 10, we got some work to do. You need to be confident in what you can do, because we don't have any idea what life's going to throw at us. And if you're not ready to go at any given time, okay, who knows what's going to happen? Fitness is the ability to express your freedom through physical activity, okay? We live in a free country. We have the freedom to go and do the things that we want to do. If we are limiting ourselves because we are not physically capable to do something, then we are removing freedom, access to things from ourselves. And that's the opposite of what we want, particularly as we get older. As we get older, what do we want? We want independence. We want the ability to do things on our own. We want that longevity. We want to have a good quality of life as we get into our older years. Which one is it? Older years? Older? Okay. At what point does one become an elder? That's a good question. I gotta figure that out. 50? Wait, who said 50? How does fitness improve physical freedom, okay? Fitness develops your body to match the demands of the lifestyle you want to live. Okay, now, when we talk about what is fitness, what is the lifestyle you want to live? Okay, I can tell you one thing, it's not mine. Okay, it's not some fit pro you see on Instagram. Only you can decide what your life is and what you want it to be and what identity you want to. I forget who it was. Somebody talked about identity earlier. I think it was it Kim? She talked about identity. Your identity and the lifestyle that you want to live is going to determine how much fitness you need to implement and how many things that you need to start doing in order to live that identity. What's the quality of life that you want, and what do you need to get there? Is that anybody feeling that? Is anybody living outside of the identity that they want to have? I know I was for a long time. A very long time. Okay? Fitness develops your body to match the demands of the lifestyle that you want to live. Now, what that means is you can start from where you are right now. You don't have to do anything just because someone else is doing it. Specific adaptation to imposed demands. This is an exercise science principle, okay? Your body will adapt to the situations you expose it to, okay? Any level of change in the things that you're doing is going to produce an adaptation. Your body has to respond, okay? So that means you don't have to do a lot more than what you're doing now, just a little bit. If you consistently do a little bit more every day, your body's going to adapt to that, and then it's going to be able to do that more easily. And then guess what? You can add a little bit more. And you can add a little bit more until you're running around, flipping on steps in concrete like that guy in the video, right? Because I know all of you want to do that. It's a goal. I can see it, okay? There are three main ways that your body adapts, and this is when we talk about what is fitness, okay? Fitness is not a six-pack. Fitness is not lifting a ton of weight. Fitness is not a photo shoot because you lost a ton of fat and you feel great about yourself. That's awesome. If that's what you want to do, go for it, okay? Fitness is changing your body to adapt to the life you want to have, okay? Physiological components of fitness. There are neurological components of fitness, and there are metabolic components of fitness, okay? Your body will change physically, your central nervous system has to adapt, and your metabolism has to adapt, okay? Physiological things that we need to worry about. Movements that you need to train. 7 essential movements, things that every human does pretty much every day. These need to be part of your focus when you decide to get up and start doing something to improve your fitness. Okay? You need to be able to squat. How many people squat? Everybody better raise their hand. If you're sitting in a chair right now, you're squatting. You had to squat to sit in the chair. Okay? How many people lunge? Everybody. Right? You walk upstairs, that's a lunging movement, walking up and down stairs. Okay? Hinging. I'm going to bend down and pick something up. Okay? Proper use of the hips. Right? Don't throw out your lower back. I'm going to push some things. I'm going to pull some things. Who carries things? I know everybody carries things, right? Carrying things, walking while carrying things, walking while carrying something heavy in one hand, and being able to maintain proper spinal alignment while you do it. Okay? Twisting. How many people have been in a car with a kid in the other seat and went like that? Or reach back to grab the sippy cup out of your kid's hand because they're throwing it at their sister, right? And then you come back over and you're like, oh, my shoulder, my back, whatever it may be. Okay? Real life, guys. We do all of these things all the time. So when you're training, when you're doing things, if you're not including these movements, then you're missing out on improving aspects of your physiology and your body's ability to do movement because you're focusing on one thing, right? What's the number one thing people focus on when they start doing something for fitness? Cardio. Cardio and walking. Okay? If that's your starting point, get it. Get it, 100%. If you've been on the couch, I want you to get up and start walking. I will never detract anybody from walking. If you're walking 5 miles a day, every single day, and that's all you're doing, and it's all you've been doing for the last 8 months, it might be time to start squatting or lunging or carrying something while you walk. Okay? You want to improve, you want to increase. Okay? If you're only doing one thing, just these 7 components, okay, give you plenty of things to work on a consistent basis to improve your fitness and your quality of life. Do we need to add more? Yeah, let's add more. Of course we need to add more. All right, 10 more. 10 components of fitness, okay? The 7 movements have nothing to do with the physiological and neurological responses of the body, okay? Cardiorespiratory endurance. How long can you do something at whatever level of effort? Okay, it's different than stamina. A lot of times people get stamina and cardiovascular endurance mixed up. Stamina is how long can you do something at the same level of effort. So I can run 30 miles. I may start fast and end slow, but I did 30 miles. Okay? I may only be able to run 2 miles, but I have the same speed the whole time. That's stamina. Okay? Strength, how much can you move? What is the most weight that your body can move in any of the 7 essential movements? How much can I squat? How much can I deadlift? How much can I push? How much can I pull? Okay? How flexible am I? Can I move my body, my arms, my joints in all their different ranges of motion without hurting myself? Okay? More importantly, can I do that with weight or in resistance to weight? That's what we call mobility, right? I can put my arm out here, that's great. Can I put my arm out here and hold something? Or put my arm out here and push away because something's trying to get at me? Right? That's mobility, and that's what we're looking for there. That's a combination of flexibility and strength. Speed, how quickly can I move? Particularly first thing in the morning getting out of bed. Right? Coordination, how can I feel and control complex movements? Can I pat my belly and rub my head at the same time? How can I make my body do what I want it to do when and where I want it to do it? Am I accurate? Can I change direction efficiently? Do I have balance? How many people here struggle with balance? Right? We've got a lot of medical people in here. What's one of the biggest things that happens to people as they get older? They lose their balance, right? Okay? We want to maintain that. All of these things are components of fitness. Now, here's the cool part. We talk about physiological and neurological. They're split up. These components of fitness, some of them require physical effort in order to improve. Okay? Some of them are a combination of neurological. How well does your central nervous system respond to the stimulus and then coordinate that response with the physiological, okay? That's where power and speed are. Power and speed are a combination of the physiological and the neurological. If you talk about just the neurological, what are the things that we need from our central nervous system in order to be fit? Okay, coordination, accuracy, balance, agility, those are responses of how well your neurons are firing, how well your brain is communicating with the rest of your body to manage your movement. Okay? Just as a side note, what's something you guys can eat that's going to help that process? Salt. Hey! I love it. I love it. All right. The third thing we're going to talk about, we're going to add more things to this list. In case you can't do math, there's 20 things altogether when we talk about fitness. 20 specific components to fitness that you can work on to improve your quality of life. Okay? There are 3 different ways that our body utilizes and produces energy. Okay? One is called the phosphogene or the ATP system. That's basically your mitochondria accesses ATP that's stored in your muscle and just produces energy. It's usually used for short burst, heavy work or sprint work, things like that, where you're doing something quick. Oh, I got to grab this really fast and run. Okay? Then there's the glycolytic, where glycogen is the primary fuel source. Your body breaks down glycogen to produce ATP in order to function and do the work. Okay? That's like high-intensity interval training, sprints, doing things that are usually in the minute or less range of effort. Okay? And then there's the longer stuff. When you're going for a run, you're doing oxidative priority, which is basically burning fat. Okay? So you need to work in all 3 of these different things when you're thinking about your fitness and being able to function under different conditions. Sometimes you may encounter something where you need to work all day long and you need to be really good at fat burn. There may be something that is quick and dirty, like, I don't know, chasing a dog around a yard because you're trying to take it to the vet and it doesn't want to go. That's going to take a couple minutes of you moving around fast where you need to be able to burn glycogen. And then there's going to be some things that are quick and heavy, like lifting a sofa into the back of a truck, that you need to be really good and have that ATP access, and your body needs to be able to be good at doing that. Okay? There are things in life that we are designed to handle, but if we don't train our body to handle them, we won't be prepared. Okay? So that's the third object, right? So we've got physiological, okay? 7 things you need to train. We've got the physiological and the neurological, the 10 components of fitness, and then we've got the 3 metabolic pathways that you need to work on, all right? When we do that, has anybody ever seen this graphic before? This is called the Fit Well Continuum. Okay? Basically what this is saying is that when we talk about wellness, sickness, or fitness, we're talking about the same thing. Right? If I measure your blood pressure, your body fat, your bone density, your triglycerides, your cholesterol, your flexibility, your muscle mass, all of those things, any of the 20 components that we just talked about, I can tell you if you're fit, healthy, or well. Right? Because the determining factors of health are how our body is performing. And those markers are the same no matter which term you're talking about. So if you want to improve your performance, you will improve your health. If you want to improve your health, improve your performance. Does that make sense? Does that click? Okay? How do we do that? Steps to success, all right? These are my favorite things to talk about. Nutrition-wise, nutrient-dense, bioavailable, satiating food. Those are the 3 pillars to nutrition. I don't care what plan you'd call what you're on, dirty keto, lazy keto, vegan keto, it doesn't make a difference, okay? You need to focus on getting as many nutrients as possible, that your body can absorb the nutrients that you're getting, and that you're not eating things that make you hungry 5 minutes later. Okay? One of the ways you can do that, as Cynthia Thurlow mentioned, is get more protein. Has anybody ever heard me say that before? No. Get more protein. Prioritize protein. Here's a little trick. A good way to prioritize protein is not only to make sure that it's included in every meal, eat it first. Eat it first. Get it before you get anything else. Okay? Chances are you'll eat less of the other stuff if you do that. Okay? Resistance training. You need to train your body how to work under stress. Okay? Here's the cool part about that. The stress that you put on yourself when you exercise and you follow a fitness program is controlled, and you can determine how far across that line of your comfort zone you can go. You are in control. It is better for you to do that on your own than to wait until life does it for you, then you have no control. Right? Start doing something now to be prepared for when life throws something at you that you weren't prepared for. All right? Variation in training. So we've got 20 different components of fitness. The way that you can vary and make sure that you hit all of those things is to switch it up. Okay? Throw different combinations of the movements and the time that you're working, right? Because the different time that you're working will help you address different metabolic pathways. Am I burning glycogen right now? Am I burning fat right now? Okay, how intense am I going? Am I working on coordination and mobility, or am I working on strength and stamina? There's so many different things that you can work on. When you include fitness, you will never, ever, ever run out of something to improve. It is impossible to stall. It is impossible to plateau if you're focused on quality of life. If you're focused on fat loss, you're going to stall over and over and over again. Okay? Adequate recovery. Sleep and taking a break is one of the best things you can do to improve your body's ability to function. I don't know, it's been talked about. I was like, man, everybody's taking my thunder from the earlier talks today, right? Get some sleep, get some rest. It's the most anabolic time, and the anabolic time, anabolic processes are the processes in your body that help you build, recover, and repair. Okay, sleep is the number one time of the day, every single day, that you have to be in those processes. If you're not getting good sleep, you're going to have some trouble, whether it's gaining lean mass, whether it's fixing hormone issues, whatever it may be. Get as much sleep as you can. All right, how to get started. 1% rule. Just do 1% more of something than you're doing right now. It doesn't need to be a lot. Like I said, if you're walking right now every day, that's fantastic. Grab some jugs of water and start walking with jugs of water. One day, carry them down here. One day, carry them up here. One day, carry them up here. Whatever you need to do. Do something that's a little bit more, a little bit different, okay? Vary it up. You've got 20 different things you can look at that you can add to what you're doing right now, okay? Find something that you can maintain. It does not have to be complicated. It does not have to be something that's stressing you out. If something is stressing you out that you're working on that's trying to improve your quality of life, that doesn't quite work. Adding stress to improve quality of life, they don't go together. So if you're doing something that's increasing your stress, maybe take that out and figure out a simpler or easier way to do it, okay? Don't change too much at once. Take small steps. Baby steps is what matters, okay? You need to enjoy what you're doing. One way that you can enjoy what you're doing is to find another group of people that are doing it too. I think we covered that earlier as well. Okay, find a community, find a tribe, people that you can talk to and share the experience with. Okay, follow a program. If you don't know what you're doing, how many people in here are exercise science majors? Okay, if you don't know what you're doing, ask for help. There are people out there that can help you. Okay, most importantly, these two go together. Be patient. It's going to take time. You didn't get where you are in 3 months. You're not going to get where you want to be in 3 months. But you can get a lot closer, okay? And then lastly, don't quit. You only fail when you stop. Don't stop. It doesn't matter if you fall off the wagon, if you have a bad day, whatever it is. I ate a ton of French fries yesterday. All right, we went to Redmond's. They had French fries. I fell for them. But you know what? I'm back on the wagon today, right? Because consistency is what matters, not any one event. Okay, ask any good coach and they'll tell you trends are more important than one-time events. Trends get you to the end. Cool? That's all I got, guys. Thank you. Just remember, the size of your shirt matters less than what you do while you're wearing it. Okay? And
That's an indication that we need
I guess
royalties.
I'm done. Okay. I was going to say where you can find me. There we go. UltimateKetogenicFitness.com. I've got a Facebook group. I got a YouTube channel, all that stuff. If you have any questions, my email's there as well. Just email me. I'll be around all weekend to talk to. Cool? Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Bronson. Did Bronson challenge anybody here? So I'm going to give you a challenge he gave me. For those of you who don't know, I have a lot of issues. Aside from the fact that I just have a lot of issues here, I have pins in my ankle. I've torn the meniscus in my wrist. I dislocated my elbow. That's why my arm doesn't straight. And he's working with me last year, and I'm like, I know I need more fitness, and I'm like, I can't. And then recently, I injured my shoulder doing something stupid, which was trying to grab her, running across the room and picking her up. And
That was like a romantic blow to our marriage, right? Where it's like, I just broke him.
I hear it rip. So Bronson is like, and he's messaging me like, are you keeping with fitness? I'm like, I can't. He's like, why? I'm like, I hurt my shoulder, and every time I move my shoulder, I keep re-tearing my rotator cuff. He's like, what's wrong with your legs?
Oh.
And I'm like, oh.
There's nothing wrong. He always hits my excuses so stinking hard. But I'm thankful for him in this space. And we do want to exercise our freedom, right? I mean, freedom, fitness is freedom. And I'm a person who wants to exercise her freedom. So.
I got to tell you a story real quick.
Yeah.
So for those of you who don't know, I'm a high school football and lacrosse official. And there were years ago, about 3 years ago, two of our children also officiate lacrosse.
Hi, kids.
And there was a school that had a child who was born with some issues, and he had no arms and no legs. So his arms ended like right above his elbow, and he had prosthetics for legs. And he was playing varsity lacrosse. He played attack, varsity lacrosse. And I remember looking at that child, and our middle son was officiating with me, and I looked at the kid, and I pointed him to my son, Anthony, and I said, don't ever tell me you can't do something.
Yeah.
Because here's a kid with no arms and no legs playing varsity lacrosse. And so Bronson kind of challenges me with that all the time. There's always something you can do.
Absolutely something. Even if it's just if it's a walk to the mailbox that you do it twice. You just doubled your fitness.
Well, we got somebody coming up to talk about that. But